All right, hey, it's Rob, and I was just thinking about YouTube today and my long history with the channel, which goes back at least a dozen years as far as when I first started posting videos. Even longer than that. I think it was 2007, 2008, something like that, so maybe approaching 15 years. But besides that, I was a technician in an internet data center, and I actually installed some of the first servers that YouTube ever had deployed in Los Angeles. To my knowledge, I'm sure they had equipment up in San Francisco and other places, but they were a client of this data center that I worked for. The company is called Equinix. They are still around, and they build places that look like this. So this is a secure internet co-location facility. That just means that inside of one of these places, they have racks and racks of servers and switches and routers and basically all of the hardware that runs the internet. And in YouTube's case, of course, all of the videos live on these servers, and when you want to access one of them, you connect up to one of these black boxes with flashing lights hidden behind these walls and fences, and that's where you get your video from. So YouTube came in, and they didn't even rent out an entire rack. You see those big racks? They're like refrigerator-sized racks of servers and equipment, switches and routers and things that run the internet business, but they only rented a half a rack. So they didn't even have the full rack to begin with. Of course, now there are thousands and thousands of racks of YouTube servers pumping out videos like the one you're watching right now. Back then they started off with just a little half rack with a couple servers and a router, a switch, whatever, which is the hardware that runs the internet, that serves you the videos without getting too technical. And back then, in 2000, maybe it was 2001, 2, something like that, video on the internet was just pathetic. It looked like this. Video was grainy, and it was jumpy. It didn't run smooth. A lot of times it was in a small, like, postage stamp area of the screen. You couldn't even get the full screen, to show video. If you could, it was so blurry and grainy, you couldn't really see anything. So back then when YouTube started and I was installing these servers for them in this little half rack in Los Angeles, and they were telling me, they're starting this business where they're going to, let people watch video on the internet, and video was so bad then, it was just in its infancy, that I remember, I didn't say it, but I remember thinking to myself, this is never gonna work. People can't watch videos on the internet. This is crazy. Well, as you can see, however many years later, 20 plus years later, and at least 15 years later for me, as I've been posting on videos, they definitely proved me wrong, and they've done okay for themselves. Once again, I just want to say thank you for coming to my channel, for liking, subscribing, and for getting me to the point where I now have over 1,000 subscribers. I think I have 1,100 and something right now. I know that's pretty small compared to some people's channels, but at the 1,000 subscriber mark, they actually start paying you for this stuff. So I'm not raking it in, and I can't retire, but I am being compensated for these videos. So I'm trying to do a good job and put stuff out there that you like. And I just want to say thank you to YouTube. And like I said, I go way back with them, 20 plus years. And clearly, they've done okay for themselves. All right, until next time, America.